The 16R of George Ray to his outside. From Glidden, that's a 37, Dustin O'Brien Jr. Row number 2 to the inside from Denison, from West Side, that is the 7 of Big Al, Alex Stapleton. And from Audubon, that's the 79 RC of Riley Christensen. Justin Myrie in the 13M comes to us from Carter Lake, Iowa, and he will be inside of our third and final row to his outside. The other Christensen brother from Audubon, that is the 9C of Colby Christensen. We are green. We are hobby stocking. Sorry, folks, I'm working on 4 hours sleep, so I am a little punchy tonight. Y'all just got to buckle up for the ride. As we're going to have George Ray and the 37 of O'Brien, every which way but straight. When that's going to cost him the lead on the initial lap. George Ray with the lead, followed by O'Brien, Riley Christensen, Colby Christensen, and Big Al, Alex Stapleton. 37 of O'Brien, once again looking on the high side to get around Ray. He's going to go right up by the Rumbly Crumblies. Click, click, boom, got him. New leader, Dustin O'Brien Jr. Riley Christensen now looking to get to the inside of the 16R of Ray. That is a battle for second and third. Colby Christensen and Alex Stapleton still hanging on. As we are halfway home, 3 down, 3 to go. Dustin O'Brien Jr. every which way but straight on his first night back in forever at the start of the season. He has definitely calmed things down and is looking a lot better as he is looking for a possibility of his first heat race win of the 2023 season. But George Ray is starting to battle back. He wants that. He doesn't want O'Brien to have it. Riley Christensen took a look to the outside of Ray and thought better of it as caution is out. Well, looks like Justin Myrie. Ooh, and that's the steam of death, ladies and gentlemen. That is not good for the longevity of the Boom Boom plant. Kid Zone in full rolling order right now. And very soon, you're going to see people out in the stands handing out some great Smithfield swag here very shortly. Right now, we got some hobby stock business to take care of as we are back to green. O'Brien Jr. still leads, but right there on his bumper, about a lane lower, that is Ray. Ray gets up to the left rear quarter panel of O'Brien, cannot get any closer than that. Riley and Colby Christensen along with Alex Stapleton can just watch right now. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. 0.4 of a second the difference. Oh, it's a lot closer than that. Side by side coming out of 2. Here comes George Ray to the inside. O'Brien has about a nose. That is it. They're going to come out of turn number 4. Ray's going to drive it down the hill. Who's going to win the drag race? Wouldn't you know who won the pony? Dustin O'Brien Jr. wins. George Ray second, followed by Riley Christensen, Colby Christensen, and Alex Stapleton. Margin of victory, 81 1,000ths of a second. God, I love timing and live timing on my race pass. Ryan Dugan from Advantage Racing TV, Anthony Ainsley, Cody Boulware, and many other announcers with fantasy racing. It is a hoot. Your second and final heat race in your IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stocks presented by Finish Line Racing Products goes like this. From Bennington, Nebraska, that's the 87 Michael Steyer to his outside. From Avoca, that's the 7FW of Fuzzy Jason Fusselman. From Kyron, the 01U2 of Dayton Ulrich and the F20 of Travis Fink from Dow City. Row 2, and the man they call Dahmer, the 01F Jeff Fink, rounds out the field as the green has dropped, and it is Fuzzy Jason Fusselman in a familiar spot as he is leading right now. It is Fusselman, followed by Steyer, Ulrich, Jeff Fink, and then Travis Fink, your top 5. Of course, the story behind that particular wrap, of course, the car we all know is one normally driven by Wild Willie Ransom. However, since it is Fuzzy Willie Racing, Fusselman does get in that car from time to time. The wrap itself is all about breast cancer awareness, as of course, there's a tight-knit community down there in Avoca, and one of their own, Rachel Knopp, is in a battle with breast cancer right now. Of course, Rachel Knopp, the wife of Keith Knopp, who we all know used to drive the 10 stock car here up here at the Crawford County Speedway and down the Shelby County Speedway. Again, she's in a battle for her life right now. So a lot of cars have gotten together from the Avoca area, and they have special wraps in honor of Rachel Knopp. This one happens to be the 7FW variant, and it's looking fast. But guess what? Fuzzy versus Dahmer. We've seen this battle at timer 12 as Fink trying to look to the inside. Can't quite get it done. Fusselman, a little bit better line. Gets a little bit better bite coming off the high side of 2. They're going to dive it back down into 3 and 4. Should be coming down to a white flag this time by. Oh, so close. A tenth of a second difference between Fusselman and Fink. Fink back to the inside of Fusselman. Again, Fusselman trying to drive away. This time, Fink right up there side by side with him going into 3. Fusselman's going to try to pinch him down. Not quite going to do it. It's going to be another drag race down to the finish. Are you kidding me? Fusselman wins. Jeff Fink second, Michael Steyer third, Dayton Ulrich fourth, Travis Fink fifth. And ladies and gentlemen, last time was 38 one-thousandths of a second. The margin of victory this time, 48 one-thousandths of a second. Wow. Diz outside from Harlan. That's a 2 of Chase Monson. From Dunlap, inside row number 3, that is going to be the one J.R. Joe Reitz, and scheduled to be outside is Sheriff Woody from Council Bluffs, Buddy Ray Jones. Looks like Buddy Ray not making the call. So Hayden Hillgardner from Harlan will round out the field outside of row number 3. We are green. As they're going to fire it off down into 1 and 2, it's going to be the boogeyman, Brian Sullivan. Whoa, Sullivan got really slideways, lost some spots, had to get out of it. Check it out. Second generation driver Chase Monson leading a lap here at the Crawford County Speedway. How many times have we seen his dad do that? Red Monson lead laps here. Win races, win championships. Like I said last week, Chase proving that he is a chip off the old block. He is leading. Cody Champion second, Cody Olson third, Hayden Hillgardner fourth, and Joe Reitz rounding out the top 5. Best battle on the track right now is going to be for 3 and 4, as that is going to be Jackpot Cody Olson, who just lost third to Hayden Hillgardner. Now here comes Joe Reitz trying to get by the 777. Hillgardner has been getting better and better each week here at the Crawford County Speedway. He is trying to track down the Clarinda native, Kenny Champ, in the 3X. We got 2 laps to go. Chase Monson still leading by 7/10 of a second over Champ. He's going to be coming down to see the white flag this time by. Pulls off a heat race. I guarantee Dad's going to be smiling as he comes through 1 and 2, fires it off down the back stretch. Hillgardner is caught to the back bumper of Champ. Is he going to be able to get by? But out of turn 4, it's going to be Chase Monson picking up the heat race win. Kenny Champ in second, Hayden Hillgardner third. Fourth to Jackpot Cody Olson, and Joe Reitz rounds out the top 5. Six cars, 6 laps the distance. More for bragging rights than anything is draw, redraw rules. So your finishing position does not necessarily dictate where you're going to start. Speaking of starting, green flag is down, and oh no! Whoa! We got a little carnage in turn two as that start was being called back. Looks like 36H of Hoover had to jam on the brakes and get sideways. Unfortunately, caught Blazina. Kyle Tanner, Ted Copeland, side by side there on row number one, but the one you really got to watch is outside row two. That is going to be Van Dyke. He has been absolutely in fuego in 2023. This time they're going to let the start stand, and we are racing. Tanner with the advantage. Smoke coming out of the 36H of Hoover. Could it be a little tire rub from the contact with Blazina, or has he got an engine issue? No, it looks like it's coming off the left rear. That is tire rub. We'll have to keep an eye on that, as right now David Hoover sitting third behind Van Dyke and Kyle Tanner. Oh yeah, in the air you can smell burning Hoosier plastic. As once again Kyle Tanner 0.6 of a second ahead of Thomas Van Dyke. Then it's David Hoover, Jim Blazina, Austin Hardesty. As something amiss with the one of Copeland. Problems for the 36. That tire is let go. The left rear appears like it is gone on the 36H of Hoover. He is holding on for all that is holy. As much smoke that was coming off of there, you knew it was only a matter of time before the tire finally gave up the ghost. And it did indeed give up the ghost. Also problems for the one of Ted Copeland. He is going to call no joy, pull up pit side and be done. Meanwhile, Kyle Tanner, you've only got one lap left, but you better make it count, Boba, because here comes Van Dyke. Van Dyke into second, half a second behind. As Van Dyke can't quite do anything through 1 and 2. We'll see if he can dive bomb it into 3 and 4. He's going to drive it in deep. No, not going to be able to do it. Kyle Tanner's going to win. Thomas Van Dyke second. Austin Hardesty third. Then it is going to be Jim Blazina fourth. And unfortunately, it's going to be David Hoover rounding out your top five in the pit area, along with Ted Copeland. Michael Steyer to the inside of row number 3 with Riley Christensen in the 79 RC to his outside. Colby Christensen to the 9C and the 01U2 of Dayton Ulrich to his outside. Then it's Alex Stapleton and Justin Myrie, row number 5, and Travis Fink round out the field. Ladies and gentlemen, it's get up and on your feet. It's time to get thunderstruck with your IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stocks, presented by Finish Line Racing Products. As the Smithfield Pace vehicle being driven by Brian Rank pulls off of the track. 11 cars, 15 laps the distance. Who's going to park it? We're going to find out. The Hobby Stocks are going. As they fire it off down into turn 1, it is going to be the 37, Dustin O'Brien Jr. with the advantage. But here comes Fuzzy. Pole vaulting himself into second. Little bit of a bobble by Jeff Fink coming out of 2, gets a little sideways. That's also going to allow the 79 RC Riley Christensen up into that third place spot. At the line, it's O'Brien, followed by Fusselman, Riley Christensen, Jeff Fink, George Ray, your top 5. as they click off another lap. O'Brien Jr. is extending his lead over the 7FW. I'm so used to saying 7W of Willie Ransom. It's a 7FW of Jason Fusselman. Either way, O'Brien extending his lead out just a little bit from 0.4 of a second to 6. Make it 0.9 of a second. Dustin O'Brien Jr., former compact driver, now calling the IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stocks home. Meanwhile, we got a battle for third and fourth as Jeff Fink trying to get underneath Riley Christensen. Couldn't quite get it done at the line. He's going to go back to war with him, though. As Riley Christensen gets up in the rumbly crumblies, he is going to lose third to Dahmer. Jeff Fink now right on the back bumper of the 7FW of Fusselman. Battle is on for second, third, and Riley Christensen is still there. So let's throw fourth into the mix as well. Meanwhile, O'Brien, 1.5 second. Wow, contact! Dahmer and Fusselman contact in 2. No harm, no foul. We're going to stay green. As Dahmer's trying to take a look, he wants second. And he gets it at the line by 6/100ths of a second. But it is all Dustin O'Brien Jr., 1.991 seconds ahead. Fusselman now looks like he was under attack by the 79 RC of Riley Christensen, but little bobble by Christensen, and that put a little bit of distance in there. Look at this. Dayton Ulrich started 8th. He's now up to P5, and he's looking for more as he's trying to get underneath the Riley Christensen for 4th. O'Brien Jr., 1.8 seconds over Jeff Fink. Then it's Jason Fusselman, Riley Christensen, Dayton Ulrich, your top 5. Then it's George Ray, Alex Stapleton, Colby Christensen, Michael Steyer, and Travis Fink. That is going to round out your field as once again Justin Myrie not able to make the call as he lost a motor in his heat race. 5 laps to go. Can the kid out of Glidden get it done? His dad, Dustin O'Brien Sr., he and I graduated together. I watched this kid come up. Got several wins in the Sport Compact, took some time off, came back in the hobby stock. It was a little rough to start the year, but he has gotten so much better, and right now he's going to be coming down to just 3 laps to go to pick up his first hobby stock feature victory. But don't look now. Dahmer is coming. Jeff Fink cut into the lead ever so slightly by 0.2. Problem is, I don't think he's got enough time to catch O'Brien unless a caution comes out. Of course, I said that now. I probably just jinxed it. 2 laps to go for Dustin O'Brien Jr. Through 1 and 2. He's going to fire it off down the backstretch. Sail it off into 3 and 4. Right up on the cush on the high, scary side. Chief starter Brian Broderson has the white flag in hand. 1 to go. And Jeff Fink has now cut the lead down to 0.9 of a second, but it's the last lap. Unless he gets a good run down the backstretch, he can absolutely Hail Mary it into 3. It's not going to matter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome him to Van Wall Victory Lane. Dustin O'Brien Jr. wins. Jeff Fink will be second. Third is going to go to Riley Christensen, Jason Fusselman in 4th. Dayton Ulrich will round out your top 5. We're ready to go into the danger zone. We want you to show them how much you want to go there. Get up and on your feet. Give the driver some love at your IMCA Freedom Performance Northern Sport Mods, presented by Totten's Plumbing and Heating. "12 cars, 15 big laps. It's time. The Sportmods are live. Can Van Dyke go 5 for 6 on the year? He's got a good start as he comes through 1 and 2. He is already walking away from Kyle Tanner. 3 wide for 3, 4, and 5. You've got Monson, you've got Hardesty, and Blazina. Oh, big push by Blazina right in the middle of everybody. Oh, buddy. Everything starts to shake out just a little bit. Here's going to be Thomas Van Dyke, followed by Kyle Tanner, Austin Hardesty, Chase Monson, and Kenny Champ. Your top 5. 2 down, 13 to go. Here comes Cody Olson. Olson gets around Champ for 5th. Oh, caution's out. Yeller, Yeller, Yeller. Old Yeller. Well, we did get 2 quality laps in before that happened, so. Van Dyke rolls them slowly into 3. As they come out of 4, he's going to turn down the hill, apply the power. We're back to green with 13 to go. As Van Dyke fires it off down into turn number 1, he's already starting to pull away. Kyle Tanner sitting in 2nd. Battle is on for 3rd and 4th. That is going to be Hardesty and Olson right now. Jackpot Cody Olson. He's found something that car really likes right now, as he is going for Kyle Tanner in 2nd. Every race this season so far, it has been Van Dyke and Olson 1-2. Olson did get 1 win out of this deal, but Van Dyke was 2nd. Every time Van Dyke wins, Olson's 2nd. As the pattern forms, will it continue tonight? As once again, Cody Olson trying to go underneath the Kyle Tanner. Tanner able to hold him off. They're going to dive it back down into 3 and 4. That is the best battle on the track as of right now. A little bit of battling a little bit further back in the pack, but right now it is all about Olson and Tanner. Cody Olson has something on that low side that he is liking. However, Kyle Tanner is able to find something better on the high side. Up until there, punched his ticket to Slide Job City, and Cody Olson has a room at the Ritz. Give him 2nd. Now, we've got 9 laps to go. Is that going to be enough time for Olson to catch up to Van Dyke? We're going to see. It's a 3.5 second advantage that Van Dyke has over Olson. We're going to see if Olson can start carving into it. As they come out of 4 this time by, Van Dyke will trip the beam. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, Olson's losing time. Went from 3.5 to 3.6 seconds. And Van Dyke is about to get into lap traffic. That'd be the one of Ted Copeland he's about to mix it up with. As we're just past halfway, it is Thomas Van Dyke leading. Cody Olson second, followed by Kyle Tanner, Austin Hardesty, and Joe Reach, your top five. Chase Monson, Boogeyman Brian Sullivan, Kenny Champ, Hayden Hillgardner, Jim Blazina, David Hoover, Ted Copeland round out your field. As Buddy Ray Jones was checked in, unfortunately did not make the call for the heat race nor the feature. And caution is out again. As it looks like, trying to see whose car that is down on the apron of one. I do believe that might be the one of Ted Copeland. And indeed it is the one of Ted Copeland bringing out the caution. As they tiptoe slowly into turn number 3. Once again, Van Dyke looking for the right spot to hit the gas, turn down the hill. He finds it, and we're back to green with 5 to go. Van Dyke going to throw it back into 1 and 2, but this time he's got Cody Olson right there in his tire tracks. Olson's going to drive it in deep. Is he going to try to punch the ticket? He went from the Ritz to the Marriott. New leader. No. Yes, Olson. Was waiting for timing and scoring to update, and yes, Olson with the lead. And now he's starting to pull away from the 13 of Van Dyke. Van Dyke goes from the hunt into the hunter, as now he's got to figure out in the next 3 laps how to get back caught up to Olson 1 and pass him 2. Olson now extending out to a 0.6 of a second lead. Now going to be 2 laps to go. Can Cody Olson pick up his 2nd win of the year? And can they complete the streak of 1-2 finishes? Oh, Van Dyke took a shot down to the inside, couldn't quite make her stick. They're going to be coming down to see the white flag this time by as they go through 3 and 4. White flag in the hands of Chief Starter Brian Broderson. It's going to be a barn burner all the way down to the end. As they go through 1 and 2, Van Dyke now following in the tire tracks of the 777 of Olson. Is he going to try to dive bomb it? Nope. Cody Olson hits the jackpot. Picks up win number 2 on the season. Cody Olson wins. Thomas Van Dyke 2nd. Brian Sullivan, the Boogeyman, 3rd. Followed by Kyle Tanner and Hayden Hillgardner rounding out the top 5.